Yes boys, welcome to my check-in for the week. So, we're very happy again. We're moving very well boys. Like, I know I've said this every week for a while, but we genuinely are moving phenomenally well just because I know exactly what I'm doing. We've got a nice clear goal of where we're pushing and we're just pushing boys, right? It is literally just head down, keep driving forward, keep progressing these sessions now, and we're in a really good spot. It's no good me, again, this is why I love sharing my check-in and I will not miss a week, because I don't want to be telling you guys what to do, right? And you having to listen to me as your coach, and I'm not pushing forward towards my own goals. This is why it's so important for me to share this, because I need to be ticking the boxes, I need to be pushing forward, I need to be leading by example, because if I'm not leading by example, boys, why the hell should you listen to me?
Yes, the boys, welcome back to another video. So I am currently getting my foot down on the way to smash a big, fat, juicy push session. I'm feeling full of beans today. I'm making sure I've not got rice cakes down me, but we're feeling full of beans, boys. We're ready to get in and fucking nail some push, to be honest. I'm excited for this one. We're a little bit later than normal. There's always more to do than I expect on a Friday because I get check-ins done, so say check-ins go a little bit later. I have my check-in to go and film. I always forget about that. And then I have to record my check-in for the team, which I showed you this morning. Now, the reason I do that, like you'll see me bang on about that all the time on these videos, because a lot of times I do film on a Thursday or a Friday, so they kind of roll into each other. I'm just checking I've not got way in my beard. I shaved my beard yesterday as well, boys. It's too short and I've shaved it too low as well. So now I'm in the horrible phase of letting it grow back, and oh, I hate that. I feel scruffy. I hate feeling scruffy. I love having a beard, but I hate feeling scruffy. Anyway, we digress. Check in. There's no good me. Obviously, I've been coaching now nearly 8 years. So in terms of my knowledge base, in terms of what I know, I'm very confident in that, right? I could let myself put on 30 kilo, not train again, still coach somebody to get a result. But do you really want to be coached by someone who's not drilling their own stuff, not got their own goals, not leading by example, not leading by the front, not about to go and absolutely nail push whilst filming YouTube, whilst filming other bits, whilst getting back to everyone, whilst being on top of everything? Like, you don't want that, right? You want somebody telling you what to do who's still fucking battling away and pushing for their own goals and leading from the front. And that's what I always do, and that's why it's important for me to share that at the end of the week, because I've gone through everyone's check-ins obviously from that week, and then I finish it with, right, whilst I've been doing that, that's exactly what I've been doing. The same stuff as you, the sessions, the food, everything, a bad day, a good day, all of that. Feeling a little bit softer, how do we manage that? Scale, it's had a spike up, how do we manage that? Like, it's important for me as a coach to lead from the front with that, and I think that's massive. So that's my little rant on why we have that check-in there on a Friday. It is miserable weather again, boys. I swear every time I film it's miserable, probably because it's pretty much miserable every day, isn't it? But we're about 10 minutes away from the gym, and I'm going to touch on as well, boys, in this video what the game plan needs to be to get leaner for summer. Now, I have got something very exciting coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because that is going to be massive. But we will break down the approach, because when I speak to people, when I speak to new clients, when I have conversations with my clients now, a lot of the same things pop up, and it's all stuff that you want to be avoiding. So I will talk through that today. But we are going to get in first to absolutely nail push. If anyone's on the cable, I'm going to take this box of chewy. I'm nearly speeding. I'm going to take this box of chewy in, you can lob it from across the gym, and then get on there. We're not going to do that. Anyone from Allegiance sees that. Apologies, boys. We're all friends. I'm not going to do that. Unless you're doing 7 sets, I'm fucking lobbing it. So yeah, we'll get in. Hopefully no one's on the cables. And then I'll see you probably first up on the Cybex shoulder press. Let's get the classic pre down. I won't actually start drinking it yet. I'm a bit further away than I thought. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on. I'll see you in the gym, boys. Let's go. So I got in check-in this morning the question of, Luke, how do you still get in and get stuff done when you're not motivated? And the fact is, boys, motivation is a load of bollocks. I put a post on yesterday. I'll read you the caption, because just think about this. Remember, hard today, easy tomorrow. Do hardship, makes life easier. Trust me. I don't go train, I go sit at home and get Lucy to fucking order some food, and then we sit there and eat it, and I've not done anything. That's an easy day. Tomorrow I'll be like, oh, I feel terrible, I didn't train yesterday. So that's that. And then I said, I would always try to find the easiest, fastest way to do things. I actually went a long time being pretty fucking lazy, to be honest. I reached a point where I was fed up, not progressing with my physique as much as I'd like, and not progressing as a coach as much as I'd like. I was fucking sick of not making any progress, to be honest, boys. That is a fact, and I was lazy as. I realised that was hard to deal with. So the hard work required to push forward from that was the obvious option, which is the case for most people. Your comfort zone can very quickly become even more difficult to stay in because you haven't progressed. In order to progress, there is going to be multiple times where you just have to get your head down and do the hard stuff. You will be much better off that way, trust me. That, boys, is facts. There are plenty times where you've just got to get your head down and get done whatever is hard to do, because you will be way better off. Because you keep choosing that easy option, that will end up hard. That was me. I was lazy, smashing Xbox, PTing, hated where I was, awful situation. Got to the lowest of low point with that, where I'd completely had enough. That switch flicked. And now I'm in a point where I'm actually very happy with what I'm doing. So go to my Instagram and read that if you need to. Fucking screenshot it, because that is facts, boys, and that will help a lot. That's enough of me blabbering though. Basically, fucking get your head down and work hard. Working hard is good. Doing hard stuff is good. So just do it. That's it. Do it. And there's a Urus over there, which is proper random, because I don't know why it's there. It's in like a steelworks thing, and I want one. So I'm going to be working very hard until I've got one of them. That's what I'm after. Let's go. So I know what working weight is here. I've got the stats and then this little thing on 15. So because I know what I'm working with, I've just done my laterals, right? I'm nice and warm. I'm going to do a feeder now on like half the stack. One feeder heavier, and then I'll just go. 2 good feeders. I'm warm, ready to go. So this will literally be first feeder, halfway through the stack. I'll set up exactly the same as when I'm going into my working set. So with any press, setup is ridiculously important. Think contact points. Handles, we want to be locked in with those. My upper back on this pad, my bum into the seat, my feet into the floor. You'll see me all the time. What I'll do is really lock into all of them, because then once I start, I'm not going to move. So my 4 contact points now, I'm locked into, and then I can just be explosive. So all I'm thinking about is being explosive, having that control, getting my breath, being braced here for when I get to the bottom, and then I'm driving through. And that is it. Do that, you'll be strong in the set and you'll grow. So I got a stat for 7 last week, so we're gonna beat that. We're having it. Don't know what happened there, boys. That was 9 reps. We will take that all day. Gym pin is out next week. Get back, Shadrach. We had to put the Go album on, boys. We've got to get 9 reps here. This again is the stack, and then the full lock on there. So full stack, that's 9 reps on that one secured. Been going for that for a while. We're going for 9 on air now. So if we tick 9 off both of them, gym pinning coming on both. So let's get it. Take that, 9 on both. light work. Because I've got this after my presses, what you'll see, once I've failed, basically my chest is going to fail a little bit quicker when I'm short now, because in that shortened range, because I'm fatigued, right? So you'll see me get that last full rep, and then I'll take just 2 or 3 partials, because I've still got a little bit of life left in that lengthened range. So I won't do that when I start with pec deck, but I'll do it now when it's in a little bit later. Something to try. Boys, on to tries. So we are using the best rope in the whole world. It's longer, it's got these handles, it's unreal. So I can literally keep my upper arms pinned, focus on contracting. I can pause in that lengthened, contract, and just keep rolling with that. It is literally the best tricep attachment in my opinion. I love it. So if you've got one, make sure you use one. The main mistake I see with triceps is that upper arm moving. Doesn't need to. What good is that doing? That is literally just tension coming off your triceps. Instead, if you can actually keep that locked in, think about sitting in that lengthened, stretch, and think about contracting hard. Do that for 10 reps to failure. Triceps are going to be fried. So I could move it down 2 and just do this and get less stimulus. Why? Think about actually why. Like, there is no point in swinging that around, especially if your arms are a weak point. I've brought my arms up this gainer phase, and it's because of taking care of these types of things. As well as that, we want to be aligned properly. So a good handle for one, and if I'm stood back here, I don't want to keep my upper arms here because it just doesn't line up. Further back you stand, extend comfortably, you'll want that upper arm to be aligned with the cable path. So if I'm stood further away, I want my upper arm pinned back here. If I wanted to stand closer, I'd keep my upper arms here. So make sure you get that bang on. The further you stand away, you probably need that upper arm a little bit further back. Closer you stand, you probably got that pretty much upright. So 2 key pointers there. Right boys, overhead Nautilus is in now. I love this just because this is the preacher for tries. And I love a preacher, so we can just lock in and send these ones. See what I'll do at the end there is take some partials, because when we've again failed in that short range, we've got a little bit of life left in the lengthened, so we'll always rinse that on these. I don't know if it's just me, but like, I put my own music on then, right? So we start off with some What a Time to Be Alive, Drake and Future. You can't go wrong with that. Put my jumper on, by the way, because it's freezing. And then like, the geezers who work there, they're dead sound, but I don't know what music they listen to. So I've got 21 Savage on, right, and every single sentence, I don't realise the stuff he says, and then I'm like, oh fucking hell, I'm sat there thinking, oh, I've put this on, mate, I've put this on, and then there's like other people coming in the gym, I'm like, oh fucking hell, I've put this on. I'm shuffling 21 Savage and he's saying all sorts. So that is not ideal. I love my music. Like when I'm the problem is when I'm training for me, I'll listen to all sorts. Like if you follow the channel, you'll see I train to Rocky. I'll have Machine Gun Kelly on, I'll have 21 Savage on, I'll have Drake on, I'll have Future on, I'll have fucking country on, I'll have heavy metal on, I'll have hard style on. I'll listen to whatever I'm feeling on that particular day. But at the end of the day, it's better than what was on before, so I don't really care, to be honest. There's my Urus again. Why is the Urus there? I really want to know whose it is. It's like in the most random place. I don't know if you can see it outside right now, but it's like there's a nice area like 2 minutes away, but this area is not like the nicest place in the world. Am I going to run out of fuel as well? Nah, we'll get fuel later. We'll get fuel later. So let's touch on, boys. If you're planning on getting she nearly pulled out and we nearly died. If you're planning on getting lean for summer, let's talk about that. So first of all, you need to map that out. You need some structure there, right? That's what I'm doing with all my guys now who are doing the shoot, who are going away. You've got to have that structure there, right? So what we go off really is, how much roughly do you think you've got to lose? Let's say you've genuinely got 10 kilos to lose, right? To be in the shape that you want to be in. You need at least 10 weeks. That would be losing 1 kilo a week. That would be with everything perfect. That's like the top end of what most people will need to lose. So if you've got a weekend away in that time, if you get ill in that time, you know, you got some nights out in that time, like you need longer than that. So you're looking straight away then at 15, 16 weeks to pull 10 kilo off. If you've only got 5 kilos to pull off, you might be very aggressive for 6 weeks. The shorter that time period, the more aggressive that you can be. So it is literally a case of, with that, setting that time block and working backwards from there. So that is straight away what I do. Work off roughly, for most of my clients, say as an example, in a diet phase, we're looking at pulling off somewhere between 0.5 to 1 kilo per week, depending on what stage they're in. So work with that straight away. And then I'll speak to guys all the time. I'll say, all right, like where's food at? Like if they've been, you know, in a gaining phase and they're like, oh, around 3,000 or I think around 2,000 something. And straight away, to start your diet phase, you are gonna have a much better time when you actually know where everything is at. So start logging your food now for these next, 5 to 10 weeks. Start logging your food now. Not only are you gonna have a more productive end to your gaining phase, say now, you will actually know exactly where food is at. So when it comes to going into a diet phase, you can make them changes nice and simple, and you can actually be productive there. So log the food now, know where calories are at now, and then you can just push it from there. That's easy work. So then once you know where calories are, hopefully now you can see coach brain switching on. This is how I set things up. Right, we've got the time frame, we know where calories are at, you make that initial drop. So let's say you've been gaining on 3,500 calories. So we might say, right, okay, we're gonna pull 600 calories off that. Let's say 3,500, say 2,900 training day, non-training day, we might keep a little bit below that. So what I'd do with a client is I'd get them on that. We'd have a step goal, cardio, sessions all laid out. So all I would need is 1 full week of that new food, that expenditure, a little bit of cardio if we feel like we need it. What's happened? If that client is a kilo down, I'm going to change 0. I'm going to change nothing. Is that if that client comes back, scale weight's not dropped, pictures haven't changed, they've been bang on it, we'll push that from there. Another thing to think about is if you've not stuck to the plan to a T, boys, like if a client of mine, if I go onto their food and they've not logged food for 3 days and they've not lost weight, I won't then pull their calories down, because that's not the problem. The problem isn't the plan. The plan is fine. Unless you're sticking to a plan to a T, do not make changes, boys, because you won't need them. Don't mess up for 3 days and then push even harder, because if you've messed up on the easier stuff, you're not going to stick to the harder stuff. So you have to stick to that plan. Like I will ask guys all the time when they update me, like, Luke, my weight's not moved. I'll say, has food been absolutely bang on? If they say, no, I had this, no, I had that, I'll say, right, hit the plan first, because the plan is always to progress. So have that time, have that phase set up, just be consistent with everything, and then you can actually make the changes. The more data you have, boys, the easier it is to make changes. That's why I get pictures, that's why we have check-ins every week with weight update through the week. You've got to look at those things, and then dieting can be nice and simple. It is just that consistency, boys, and to keep that consistency, you need everything set up, and you need to understand how to work around them socials as well, which is just nailing your standard days and thinking of calories as the king for them socials, because in my opinion, it is that, right? If you can save a gap of calories for whatever you're doing, you are not gonna go too far wrong. Yes, macros might not be bang on. Yes, alcohol might be involved, but realistically, say if you go your whole 10-week diet phase and you fit everything into the calories you set, you are gonna have a very productive diet phase. You really are. So those are the keys, boys, to absolutely nail that diet phase. And any more questions, then please just fire them below. It's a good job we've got this, because I get very bored. We will leave that one there, boys. If you have enjoyed this video, please just drop the video a like. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. These videos are coming weekly, so if you need stuff to watch, please drop me a like and subscribe, boys. Honestly, it means a lot to me, because we do want to grow the channel as much as possible, and we're going to keep the value coming, we're going to keep the videos coming. Whatever you want to see, let me know. So all comments are very much appreciated, any likes are very much appreciated, and make sure you're subscribed, and these videos will keep coming. I'm going to go home and absolutely obliterate some cereal, and then, as usual, probably make sure the boys are all set. If you are interested in coaching, link is in the description, and there's some very exciting things coming as well, so keep your eyes peeled. Thank you very much for watching, boys. More on the way. Stay tuned. Peace.